I chain smoke and I say fuck a lot. But I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised.
C60 in oil is a powerful antioxidant that moves through the body like a magnet to attract and neutralize free radicals. Gotta get rid of those radicals. C60 can slow down aging and reduce cell damage. It can also improve the immune system and reduce inflammation naturally. Not bad. If you're interested, check out my link in the description. Nutty. From Spooky J on Twitter, Dr. Oz on Outnumbered the day before the Soros debacle. This video is being scrubbed from the internet, while the Soros clip can be found everywhere.
In the last few seconds, I know get a flu shot, get a flu shot, get a flu shot.
It's not just a flu shot. It increases the chance, it seems, of you getting COVID-19. In Italian studies, people had the flu vaccine had lower risks of death in the U.S. as well.
Dr. Oz, thank you. The Daily Briefing now.
It sounds like he's talking about the flu shot, but it would be weird because he's always pushing the flu shot. So here's their excuse. Associated Press. The flu shot does not increase your risk of getting COVID-19. I ain't never had a flu shot, and I ain't never gonna have a flu shot. September 18, 2020. Claim. The flu shot increases your chance of catching COVID-19. AP's assessment. False. According to the US CDCP, there is no evidence that getting the flu vaccine increases your risk of contacting the coronavirus. The facts. A clip from Fox News' show, quote, Outnumbered Overtime with Harris Faulkner on September 16 is gaining traction online after social media users began suggesting that TV personality Dr. Oz said the flu shot could increase the chance of catching the coronavirus. Dr. Oz was cut off before he could elaborate. Quote, it's not just a flu shot, it increases the chance, it seems, of you getting COVID-19. Oz says before quickly mentioning an Italian study and being cut off. Dr. Oz's words appear to have been misinterpreted before he was cut off by the host. Dr. Oz was discussing the importance of getting a flu shot, said Cheryl Crowley, a spokeswoman for the Dr. Oz show, said in an email. Quote, he responded in agreement with getting the flu shot, saying, quote, it's not just a flu shot. It increases the chance, it seems, of you getting COVID-19. She said, quote, he was referring to the flu increasing the chances of transmission of COVID-19. One weird thing about this article, Crowley added that Dr. Oz and his staff got their flu shots. In fact, a day before his interview with Faulkner, Dr. Oz put out a special on the importance of getting a flu shot. This article came out on the 18th. Well, they must have just got their flu shot that day, because on the 18th, Dr. Oz put out a frantic video of him getting a flu shot.
It's that time of year. Abigail is giving my whole staff flu shots, so it's my turn. This year it's important to get it early. There we are. Okay, God, those are big Deltoids, aren't they? So impressive. So as Abigail works, I'll teach you a little something. First of all, we're always battling COVID-19, obviously, and on top of that, the seasonal flu is worrisome. Some experts are calling it the twin-demic. See, I don't even feel this. Confusion between the symptoms can lead hospitals to become full and overtaxed. You're confused, and we don't have a vaccine for COVID-19, but I just got mine for the flu. So do your part as well. It's safe. It doesn't cause you to get the flu. As you saw, it doesn't even hurt. Just got mine. You get yours. Do your part, everybody.
There's an old clip, I'm not even sure of the year, of him talking about vaccines. And now he would get the vaccination because he had to, but he wasn't going to let his wife or kids get vaccinated.
You are telling a mother who is trying to decide myself whether to get my kids vaccinated when the time comes. And I'm reading this, 51% of parents, only 51% are absolutely certain. I'll be honest, I'm in that 50% that isn't absolutely certain. So how do you convince me? How do you convince the other parents out there that we need to do this?
Campbell, I'm going to get it.
Yes.
If that helps at all. But I'll tell you, my wife is not going to immunize our kids. Because I've got 4 of them, and when I go home, I'm not Dr. Oz, I'm Mr. Oz. And so you are just like most Americans. All I can say is that there are going to be 2 extremes of the population. Some folks who say, you know what, I'm going to do this, it's right for all of us, I'm going to make it happen. And some of us are going to say, you know what, I just don't want that. I don't like the idea of government being involved. I feel pressured. It's not that big a deal. It's all a hoax. There's hysteria, etc. Most folks are in the middle. And my hope from programs like this and others is you'll provide a rational outlook and say, you know what, for most of us, it's the right thing to do.
So I don't know what that tells you. And then the next day on Fox, it got very awkward. This is one of the most awkward things I've seen in a while. And I've seen some awkward things.
The number one problem in almost all these cities is George Soros elected left-wing, anti-police, pro-criminal district attorneys who refuse to keep people locked up. Just yesterday, they put somebody back on the street who's wanted for 2 different murders in New York City. You cannot solve this problem, and both Harris and Biden have talked very proudly about what they call progressive district attorneys. Progressive district attorneys are anti-police, pro-criminal, and overwhelmingly elected with George Soros' money, and they're a major cause of the violence we're seeing because they keep putting the violent criminals back on the street.
I'm not sure we need to bring George Soros into this.
I was going to say you get the last word, Speaker.
He paid for it. I mean, why can't we discuss the fact that millions of dollars he spent?
I agree with Melissa. George Soros doesn't need to be a part of this conversation.
Okay. So it's verboten.
All right, we're going to.
Awkward.
Okay, we're going to move on. A historic day at the White House.
You know, Soros backwards is Soros. Think about that one.
I agree with Melissa. George Soros doesn't need to be a part of this conversation.
How dare you?
Okay. So it's verboten.
All right, we're good. Okay, we're gonna move on. So we had a little incident on the show yesterday that was not smooth. And while I was leading that segment, we had interruptions, and I sat silently while all of that played out. Also not ideal. Our guest, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich, who is beloved and needed to be allowed to speak with the openness and respect that the show is all about, was interrupted. Do we debate with fire here? Yes, but we must also give each other the space to express ourselves. As the only original member of the 6-year-old amazing daytime ride known as Outnumbered, I especially want to rock and roll with every voice and perspective at the table. We don't censor on this show.
You just fucking did.
And that's why we're winning weekdays at noon.
Is she a robot or a lizard? Because I kind of see both. Fucking stoned. I got motherfucking spaceship. Oh, fuck. Oh, cool. I got it.